In the next one, we're going to go down a bit of a different path than we usually go. Not football, not hockey, none of that. We're talking about boxing. We're going down my kind of road a little bit. Where, Caleb, this is some untraveled territory for you. But I think we got to talk about it because of how incredible it is that this is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, we are, as of you watching this, the day of the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight. And we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Everybody's talking about it. Everyone wants to talk about it because it's great. Mike Tyson, legendary heavyweight boxer, 50-6 record. At this point, he's 58 years old. Taking on Jake Paul, who is 31 years younger than him, at a record of 10-1. There is, like I said, a 31-year age difference. Caleb, do you have a guess? If I were to, this is the one question I will ask you. I promise you I won't ask you for like proper analysis of like the boxing. How many fights do you think Mike Tyson fought before Jake Paul was born in 1997?
Okay, so he's before Jake Paul was born in 1997.
Yes, so he would have been 31.
Give me his record again. Is 50? He's 50-6.
So he fought
correct?
56 times.
Okay. I think he fought. I'm pretty sure I actually have seen the stat for this. I'm pretty sure he fought 55 of those fights before Jake Paul was born.
Okay, you're giving him a little bit less credit than he deserves. He fought 47 times before Jake Paul was born.
Okay.
So that being said, I think that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing that needs to be said about this. Obviously, it's been 24 years since Mike Tyson last fought professionally. He fought I believe it was a charity. It was either an amateur or a charity match back in 2020, I believe. And I think it was a draw or something. It was controversial. I don't even remember who he fought anymore. But regardless, earlier today, we're recording this on the Thursday. This will go out on the Friday. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul had their face-off, in which Mike Tyson made the decision to walk across the stage in his boxers and slap Jake Paul in the face, which was terrific. That was great to watch. If you haven't seen the video on that, I can't play it here, but if you haven't seen the video on that, go watch it right now because it's great. You just get to watch a ripped 60-year-old walk over and slap Jake Paul in the face. I mean, what else could you want out of life, really? But I don't know. I mean, we've kind of talked about it before, but we can talk about the big controversy, obviously, is a lot of people don't think that Tyson should be in the ring. We've kind of talked about it in the past, but now that it's actually happening, commissions have come together. I can look up the rules that they're fighting under because it's a little bit interesting as well. But Caleb, what do you think about the fact that this is even a thing? Yeah, I'll just ask.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, I kind of had a thought process going on in my head while you were talking. I was like, well, why would Mike Tyson agree to do this? Is he just like stupid? Like I don't know. In terms of like, I don't know why you would put your reputation on the line to beat the internet boy. Like I don't know why that's even a thing.
Money.
And then that's what my brain came around to is I'm like, oh, this is on Netflix. They're probably paying him so much money. Like, because otherwise I don't know why you would do this, because I mean, if this is obviously this doesn't even need to be said, but if this is a prime Mike Tyson versus a prime Jake Paul, Jake Paul is getting like knocked out in the first round or whatever.
It's not even first round. It would be murder before he steps in the ring.
Yeah, it would be like the most gruesome humiliation in a boxing ring ever. But obviously this isn't, and that's why it's going to be close. And I know in the last segment we did on this, you were predicting Jake Paul to win simply because the math of it being a 58-year-old man versus a what was it, like 31-year-old man.
27.
And I mean,
not even
that.
So
even better.
Yeah, exactly.
So even better. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm with the rest of humanity rooting for Mike Tyson here.
Yeah.
I still think Mike Tyson will win just because I believe in my heart that good things need to happen in the world. But who knows?
Yeah.
The one thing I will add before I flip it back to you, the one thing I have seen from this fight that Jake Paul did that I actually thought was really funny. Look at me giving credit to Jake Paul. That's not something I'm going to do very often. He had I don't know if you saw the silver on his ear to say he ain't gonna bite. He's not going to bite my ear this time. That's actually genuinely really funny.
No, that is funny. That is funny. But he does that type of shit before every fight, where it's like, it would have been. It's just him flexing wealth more than anything else. Which, in my opinion, I didn't think it was that funny, because it's just at this point it's what you'd expect from Paul. It's I have money.
The diamond encrusted part of it, yeah, but the fact that he like put shit on his ear and said, "Oh, you're not,"
it's
like, what
funny
are you
in concept.
That's funny.
That's sure. Okay, you know what? Sure, I'll give you that. It's funny, but regardless, it's very interesting. I believe the rules are that they're fighting with 16-ounce gloves, I believe, and it's going to be an 8-round. It's going to be an 8-round fight instead of 10 or 12, which kind of works out for both of them. Funnily enough, it works out for Mike Tyson because he's a 58-year-old man, and it works out for Jake Paul because he doesn't have a gas tank. So it kind of allows both of them, for what might be an entertaining first round, they can kind of just go at it, because you don't need to worry about lasting the 10 or 12 rounds that you normally would have to. You only have to go 8. I believe the rounds are also only going to have to be 2 minutes, which isn't that long either. That works out for both of them. Every single fight that I've seen Jake Paul win, it's usually because he starts off really strong. Maybe he knocks down his opponent in the first little bit, or even knocks him out. We've seen him do that to a few professional basketball players, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that to Mike Tyson. To give my prediction, I don't think there's going to be a knockout. First off, I do not believe, and this is the part of me that believes that good things have to happen in the world. I do not believe that Jake Paul will knock out Mike Tyson. I hope he doesn't, because that'd be really depressing to watch.
That would be. Oh my god.
And it's funny. I also want to point out the fact that this has made a lot of people really like Mike Tyson. The fact that he's even doing it, which is a really, really funny thing, because Mike Tyson has done a lot of shitty things in his life.
Oh yeah.
We do not need to go down that rabbit hole. But it's the fact that Mike Tyson, of all people, is basically bringing the world together against Jake Paul. There's something beautiful about that.
I mean, you could put almost literally anybody in the world against Jake Paul, and you'd probably cheer for anybody. That's the thing, right?
Yeah. You know what? You know what's funny? Entering this, I don't feel like I really had a prediction to make, because it's so stupid. It's such a fucking circus that it's hard to even make a prediction, and I love that people can bet on it. I remember hearing that people were confused as to whether you'd even be allowed to, because it's just such a clown show. But you can bet on it. And I don't know. There's part of me that just, like, it feels like a foregone conclusion that Jake Paul is going to win this fight. Like, if you watch Mike Tyson in a lot of, like, his sparring sessions, this is going to surprise you, Caleb. He looks like he's 58. He looks like a guy who has fought 56 times. And he looks like a guy who retired 24 years ago. No, not 24. I have that number wrong. But a guy that retired a long time. Oh, no. I actually did have that number right. 24 years.
So he retired when Jake Paul was 3. I think you're talking about how many matches he played before Jake Paul was, or how many.
Okay, ESPN might have. Okay, I'm not good at math. I need to emphasize that. I'm not good at math, but ESPN might not be better at math, because they have 24 years since he last fought professionally, which was a 6th round loss to Kevin McBride in 2005, which was not 24 years ago. No, that's not. That is 19 years ago. By the math. Yeah. I want to point out, according to ESPN, says 24 years on their article here. That's not my math, but regardless, 19 years. 19 years, round up 20 years since this dude has fought professionally. He fought Roy Jones Jr. I got the name in a amateur fight, which I think was just a draw, if I remember right. It was really dumb. It happened in 2020. It was one of the many things that happened in 2020 that people don't like to think about. But
yeah. Part of the collective fever dream.
Yeah. To give my prediction, I think I'm on the. It's fun because you're on the opposite side. You think Tyson's gonna win because you think that there's good in the world. I think Jake Paul's gonna win because I know there isn't. I think that Paul's probably gonna win. I don't think he's a good boxer. I don't think he's a good boxer, but he's 27 and he is a professional boxer. And I think that is I think that is all you need.
Senior citizen.
Yeah, I trash the shit out of Paul as a boxer. He has a heavy right hand. He can do damage. He doesn't have a gas tank at all. He doesn't have the stamina. Put him in a ring against Canelo and he dies. That would be a murder. But put him in there against a 58-year-old senior citizen who has been seen walking with a cane. We talked about that in the last time we did this segment. He has been seen walking with a cane. Yeah, man. I really think that Tyson doesn't. This isn't gonna look good for Tyson. And it really sucks because I saw.
Embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, and it really sucks because one of the reasons he was asked why he was taking this fight, and he said that his kids, he's a nobody. His kids don't know who he is because his kids weren't around when he was fighting. This is his chance to show his kids who he really is, and it sucks because it's not gonna work out for him.
I hope for his sake.
Oh, it'd be such a heroic. It'd be so good. It'd be so good if you won. It'd be so good if you won. And it's funny, like I said, it's weird for him to be the hero. It's weird. Like you love Mike Tyson the fighter, but it's weird out of when you look at these two personalities that he's the more likable guy, knowing what he has done in his life. That Mike Tyson is the more likable guy in this fight, and he is the guy who the public wants to win. And I don't know. I don't think he's gonna do it. But I hope I'm wrong. I'm going to tune in tonight. For all of you watching this, I'm gonna tune in tonight for that one fight. I'm not watching the rest of that dumbass card. But I'm gonna watch that one fight and probably leave it feeling very disappointed.